Hi, welcome to a new video, new vlog. One or two things. Quite pleased with the way that the channel's now hit over 5,000 subscribers, so we'll get that out of the way first. So I'm just in the car because what I'm doing a very quick video here because come to look at this actually. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come to look at this and I'll tell you about the other stuff. And what this is, just found it the other day when I was at my granddaughter's nursery. I just saw the roof of this fan. I thought that looks like an old Lunar, an old Swift maybe. Anyway, as soon as I saw it from the road, I knew it was a Lunar and I knew it was a Moonlight. And it's an 86 by the looks of things. It's looking a bit of a sad story. It says on here, urgent notice, Caravan owner, Blackpool Council. Please contact Blackpool Council as soon as possible. If not, this caravan will be removed and destroyed as it was a potential hazard. That was on the 29th of the 1st, so it was only a couple of days ago. I presume it's obviously just been dumped here, I think. All the windows have gone. It's a shame, isn't it? You think this caravan was once brand spanking new and giving its owners lots of pleasure. And I've seen a few of this sort of thing happening where caravans have just been discarded, whether they've been travellers and they've just dumped them and they've not had the use, I don't know. But let's have a quick look through at the back. You know, it's one of those that could go for a banger racing, couldn't it? But I think it's even beyond that. Right, the fridge is there. The old Carver SB 1800. Let's just show you around there. A few cushions. Oh, it's been completely, utterly obliterated, hasn't it, inside? Yeah. I think this left the Preston factory in 1986 and gave people some good holidays. It was a 5-berth police car just here now, so I might be getting into trouble. They're probably going to ask me if it's my car. I was reversing round, so whether someone said I look suspicious, I don't know. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. He might just turn up now and ask me what I'm doing. Still got the original old Lunar wood flaps on there. He stopped. I think I'm going to get a visit. Yeah, I can hear the car door opening. Now then, sir, what are you doing? Here they come. Oh no, they've gone over there. They've gone visiting somebody else. They're not come to see me. Gosh, a lot of flats here. Just a quick cast back. I remember this as a kid. These are all fields. I used to go to the local secondary school. We used to come across here cross country. But they started building these in the early 70s. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, yeah, here it is. The old Moonlight. 20 miles from where it was made. Yeah, well and truly gone. Just makes you wonder, doesn't it, how these sort of things just get left and dumped and what have you. As I say, I have seen some at the side of the road. I saw one at an old eldest from the 90s dumped at the side of the road a few miles from here. They'd take the fridge out and wanted the bits of things, but the rest of it was left. So the council will come and take this away, I presume, in the next few days, and it'll get squashed. I'm not going to hang around here too much in case people come to start asking you questions. You know what I'm saying? You know, people come and ask you, don't they? There they are. The old Lunar badge. Yeah. I think they were about £4,500 when they were new. Popular van. Nice family 5-berth lightweight van. Somebody would be after those lights, wouldn't they? But there we have it. I just thought I'd come and have a look at it. You know what I'm like when old vans are concerned. Long since been better days. But I had to come. I was on my way to do a vlog, and I thought I'll just come and see this because I spotted this yesterday. So, anyway, I'll carry on with the rest of my vlog. Right, I'm back in the car. Yeah, the police came, and I thought I was going to get into trouble. Or they think I'd dumped the caravan there, maybe. But they were going to a flat over there. So, and then they came round and they sort of stood up. This part just up there. I think they wondered what I was doing, but anyway, I'd have had a good excuse, wouldn't I? Look at an old caravan. Right, yeah, let's get back to this vlog. So, another caravan dealer goes into liquidation. Rydale Leisure down at Loughborough. Been there since 1998. Several people involved with it from day one. Now I think I've been there at some stage, but I'm not sure. The sun's getting in my eyes a bit. Might just move the car a bit. My wife's gone. Let's try and reverse back a bit out of that sun. It really is quite blinding. I'm probably going to hit something. I'm on private ground here, so, well. Please go on. That'll do for the time being. Turn that off. Yeah, Rydale Leisure. So that's another caravan dealership gone into liquidation. Now, interestingly, there was a guy there on there. I think it was off like the website, something. He was sort of trying to save the company as such, but he was saying about you know, there was a general decline in caravan and motorhome sales because they did motorhomes as well. There were Swift and Bailey dealerships, so they had two good franchise there for new. And it was quite a big place. They had a nice big accessory spot and good display caravans, new and used, and it was nicely situated. But they'd still got a lot of 2024 stock that had to be paid for, and obviously with the discounting going on, and obviously they maybe weren't as financially secure, and probably was sort of not running at a loss, obviously not, but they probably, every time they sort of needed to, you know, to make a payment on the payment plan, they'd always sell vans and stuff like that, where now things have slowed down dramatically. Now the bad weather in January, we're coming to the end now into Feb, which means a bit of warmth in that sun I noticed the other day, and I'm really hoping that we're going to see a bit more footfall. Now I was talking to a dealer that had a show, and they'd only sold a couple of caravans, and but they'd sold loads of accessories. They couldn't get over the amount of awnings they've had to order in, people have bought off them, and all other bits of caravan bits and pieces. So, and they had a lot of people. And that 3 days, I think they had one day that was a decent day, and that was the day that they had a job for people parking on the car park. So there is interest there, but I just think at the moment, the way things are, you know, it's just people may be putting off. A lot of people saying they're going to wait till the NEC show, see what deals they could get. Anyway, back to Rydale again. Yeah, the guy was on about that, and he was also on about the fact is that even like the electric car, and how that couldn't tow, very few could tow anything of a decent size. Then there was a problem that people had with charging the car with the caravan on the back, that's on the hitch hit. which obviously security-wise isn't brilliant because the caravan's on one side. And I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I don't know if you're allowed, you might be able to know better than me on that one. I've not looked it up, but somebody told me, especially on a service station, it's against the rules, as it were, to leave a trailer, stroke caravan, unattended. And in theory, it would be unattended. It's not hitched up to the vehicle. Your car's charging up and getting another 120 miles up the road, hopefully. So he was saying about that, and also about the site fees had gone up. And I think what caravan needs to be marketed now as is a lifestyle. It's not a cheap holiday. It used to be. It's still quite a good value for money holiday, but it's not like it used to be. Things have changed, and I think that maybe there needs to be some sort of marketing that needs to go on about this and have it as a lifestyle, and show people, doing what their interests are, whether it's walking, golfing, whatever. A caravan is related, it's a lifestyle, and fits in with other lifestyles. So it was quite interesting, was his summary as to why really Rydale was really unsavable. And I think that is the only new caravan dealership in that area from what I can remember. There used to be other caravan dealers. There used to be a company called Times Caravans. They'd been there a long time, and they sort of disappeared, I think. And there used to be Leicester Caravan Centre. Those have all been and gone. So this is another one. So we've lost another caravan dealer. So what's NEC going to be looking like? Well, I don't know. I think we're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen there. I think there's going to be maybe fewer dealers there. I'm not sure. Eldest are there, I think, for February. I think they're there to launch their motorhomes. I think they're new AutoQuest, so I think those have been launched. Autosleep are producing some new motorhomes at the launching at the busy working away again for the NEC, so I'll have a look at some of those. And basically, Swift won't be there. Now, I can see why Swift aren't going to be there, because obviously the October show, and they say, well, the October show is the show that everybody goes running to. And yes, in theory, that is because people want to see what's new. Now, back in the day, the NEC February show, there used to be new models launched at NEC February. And there was manufacturers would always launch a new model at the NEC, if not a new model, a new range even. But those days seem to have gone. It's so sad how things have changed. It's, when I started really taking back notice in this industry again, which is about 83, 84, I'd had a lull for a couple of years. I'd always kept my hand in it, but I wasn't as keen, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, I got really back into it again. By 84, I was, starting to go to shows, and how it's changed. And I thought it changed a lot from the 70s, from my parents. And it had, a lot of smaller dealers had gone or were dwindling. A dealership called Broadwood Cameras at Ingleton, used to be about Ingleton Falls, if anybody knows there. There used to be a little dealership across the way from there, and it was always a thriving little dealership. And my dad bought a couple of caravans from Greenwoods that had it, and it was a thriving little business. But things changed, and you could just see it melting away. And by the sort of, I think by the early 90s, I think it was just selling the old caravan. And there's a lot of dealers like that. They were just disappearing. And the big dealers was getting bigger. And then, of course, some of the big dealers went as well. But we didn't have the social media, like I've said before. So we didn't notice it the same, did we? February show will be my 40th February show. Now, the only show I missed was everybody else missed. That was in 2012. And the show was redirected down to XL London. So the NEC was basically the XL London show, which was a complete and utter pretty much disaster. It was terrible to get to. It was awkward, expensive, and it was never to be repeated. And then it was a bit of a thing between NCC running the show and the NEC, and I think it was Ocean Media. Anyway, Ocean Media backed out in the end. NCC have run it since 2013, and it's been a successful show. And people say, oh, well, we don't like the February show, but people still go, and I know people have gone and bought caravans at the February show. And, I still think that's a show to go to, especially if you've looked at the October show, you've looked on the deals forecourts, and then you think, you know what, we're going to go and we'll make our decision and see what's what, get best deal. Anyway, so basically, yes, I went there first in February 1985. I think there was about 6 or 7 inches of snow in the car parks. And I'd only been to the NEC once before then, and that was for that used to be the motor show, which was at Earl's Court in London in the olden days. And then they moved it to the NEC, and I went there several times to the motor show, actually. I used to really enjoy it. It used to be absolutely mad busy. But it was a great show to go to. I just loved going there. But anyway, so 85 was my first show, and I went to every show ever since, as I say, apart from 2012, when it was, in COVID, of course, when COVID kicked in. So there was a couple of years we had to miss, but obviously I would have been there. So, yes, so this is my 40th year, gosh, I'm putting 10 years on myself, 40th year at the NEC, and I don't know anybody that I know who's done that, who can say they've done that every year. I know that some odd dealers will do, yeah, fair enough, there probably will be. My friend Michael Old will have done a good number, but then again, he's not done the NEC I don't think, for 1 or 2 years. But on the whole, yeah, I must be certainly probably the only YouTuber anyway that's ever done that. Has done that show for 50 years. And the show was very different in those days. There was lots of different manufacturers there as well. Motorhomes were scarce, and camper vans were even scarcer. It was all caravans. It was a sea of caravans. There was lots of caravans, new caravans that were being launched, to say, at that February show. And it was exciting. It really was. And that was like that for a good many years. It was a very exciting show. And when I used to go on the trade days a few years later, where it was only for the trade and the press, and you could go in, and I remember going to see on the Bailey stand, and they'd launched, I can't remember what van they'd launched now, but they'd laid a massive spread out. There was drink, there were sandwiches, and that wasn't just that, there were others as well. I mean, you could go onto other manufacturers' stands, and you could get a feed up and a drink. Times have changed dramatically. And you'd have a launch as well, where you'd get a press releases, and they'd say, go down to Hall 4 by 2 o'clock and go and see the new Avondale whatever. Go down to Hall 1 and go and see the new ABI whatever. And then you go to so-and-so to see the new accessory, new awning, and that's what it was like. So it was a full day of new launches. And quite a lot of different caravan riders at that time. A lot of them sadly now gone. But people I actually looked up to and aspired to, because as far as I knew, they knew what they were doing. And I'd read all their stuff in the years as a kid. Used to be one guy called Tony Bradford, who's no longer with us now, but he was from Caravan magazine from the I think mid-60s, and he'd got a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and I used to really admire Tony, and I got to meet him as well in his latter years, and he was a real gent, and his wife was lovely as well, and lots of the others as well, such as Reg Batchelor and Eric Fowler, who started up a magazine called Caravan Life, who I started off with. In fact, it was Eric and Stuart Craig that got me into the writing back in 1992. So I've been doing this now, 33 years. Again, probably one of the longest now around to say that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It just shows I'm getting old and past it, maybe. Last thing before I go is the books are now available. Both visual history, that's been sent out for people who ordered it, although I believe that the company as a whole are very busy, so they might be slow getting some of the orders out. Also, the story of the camper van also is now out and readily available. Again, people who have ordered that should be getting it through. Now, I'm pleased with both these, but I've not seen visual yet. As soon as I do, I'll do a vlog on that. And my only bugbear is the fact is I've got two books come out at the same time. That's not a good idea. I'm sort of competing with myself. But that's how it's gone, and I can't do anything about that. As I say, I'm writing 2 new books this year, and I've got an idea with another publisher. So I'm hoping to do a 3rd book by this time next year, which will be something a bit different for everybody. Probably of a more wider general interest as well. So hopefully I might sell a few copies. But anyway, we'll see how the books go. I'm waiting now. The review copies are going out, so I'll see what reviews I get. See if they're any good. I'm hoping so. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up, and I'm sorry it's in the car by some council flats and garages. But I just had to come and have a look at this old Lunar Club that I'd spotted when I came to pick my granddaughter up from nursery, and I just saw the roof and I thought, right. And she's only 2.5, and she goes, and I said, poor old Caravan. She said, oh, it's so sad. And I said, poor old Lunar, his windows have gone. He's very sad, Caravan. And she kept going on, he's sad, Grandad, isn't he? I said, yeah, he's sad. What's going to happen to him? Well, I didn't like to say he's going to the scrap man, really, but anyway, I just said, oh, somebody will look after him. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go, and I'll leave you and love you and love you and leave you, whatever you say. And thank you for everybody who's been subscribing. Thank you for going over the 5,000 mark. It took some doing. Don't ask me why, but anyway, we've done it, and we're on now. Let's get up to 5,500 and see what's what. Please keep commenting. Love all your comments. Some great comments from Alex, Kevin. I think there's a Mark, Nigel. Oh, there's quite a few Andrews actually. And sorry, I can't give you all shout outs. I can't remember all your surnames, but I will do one day. I'll do a special shout out to everybody and thank everybody that's been watching and keeps commenting. It's brilliant. Oh, Colin, yes, it's Colin Mew. I know his surname all right. There's Colin, Kevin Flood, of course, and lots of people. It's great. I've got a really good, nice, loyal supporters of this channel, and I really do thank you all for that, because, as I say, it can be a bit off the beaten track. My channel at times, I can go a bit strange with all me looking at old caravans that are battered and stuff, and I know not everyone's interested, but anyway, I still like to do them. Anyway. Shut up, Andy, get on with it and say goodbye. Goodbye.